Well, the first one, Olga, the eldest, came off as an emotional and sensitive person, even in her diaries. In her diaries, she tended to write more of her personal feelings and thoughts than the other children. At some point, she devised a special code which she used to keep anyone who may read her diaries from knowing what she wrote, because she wrote a lot of personal things. In her letters, she too comes off as emotional, very affectionate, and at the same time, you can sort of feel a tinge of melancholy in them. A lot of her contemporaries did describe her as being a little bit melancholic, not in a bad way. Tatiana, in her diaries, she was very precise, she was very descriptive, and she very efficiently kept track of events, and she was as objective as possible. Her writing in the diaries was not really emotional, but her letters were a lot more, a lot warmer, a lot more personal, and you could tell she had a very good sense of humor and she had very good wit, but at the same time she still remained practical, so that really kind of shows through in her practical side in both diaries and letters. Maria was probably the most social of all the siblings, and because of that she didn't have a lot of patience for writing in her diary, and you could tell that she found it sort of tedious, and that was because she preferred to spend time and to talk to real people and not write in the diary. You can tell this because her entries are very short. When her handwriting gets sloppy, you could tell that she was getting tired of writing. She skipped her entries a lot, especially when she was younger. When she got older, there was less of that, but it was still there, and she never really grew to like writing in her diary. Only 3 of her diaries survived, one from 1912, one from 1913, and one from 1916. The rest she burnt in 1918, right when Yakovlev came to take her parents and herself to Yekaterinburg. In her letters, she's very different. You can tell that she likes writing letters. She's very upbeat, she's descriptive, she uses conversational style, she's a very, very good storyteller. In her letters, you could tell that she was a very optimistic person. Even in her letters from Yekaterinburg, she found optimistic things to write about. So she was a very positive person, and a naturally happy person, and a naturally social person. Anastasia's diaries did not survive. She, like her sister, destroyed her diaries, but it was all of them. If three of Maria's survived, Anastasia did not leave any behind. So I couldn't say what kind of style and how she was at diary keeping, but her letters were full of personality and humor. She was very funny. So her letters are really fun to read. We know from descriptions by her contemporaries that she liked to entertain people, that she was sort of a clown. She liked to make people laugh, and you could tell it was the same with her letters. She's the one who shows the most contrast in the style and in the mood of the way she wrote her letters before and after the revolution. There's a really big difference. She still retains the sense of humor and the basic personality, but you can tell that she had to grow up real fast. There's a lot of sadness in post-revolutionary letters, which she never had before. Her correspondence was really carefree before 1917. Alexei was the one who wrote the least out of all the siblings. He left behind a lot less writing than his sisters. But even just from what did survive, you can see that in his letters especially, that he was really a normal boy of his age. He loved his family. He was very curious. He loved to have fun. He loved animals. He would mention his dog and his cat and his other pets a lot. The one thing that's obvious is that he really took his illness in stride, and even when he referred to himself being ill, he sort of minimized it. He would say that, oh, I was sick, I had to stay in bed, but I'm much better now. So he never dwelled on his illness. He also seemed like a positive person. He never complained. So in that sense, he was like his sister Maria. He would describe his daily activities in his letters. His diaries are a lot more mundane sounding. He probably didn't write. First of all, I'm really glad that I got contacted by the fathers, because in the end it really was first of all, I was really honored to be involved in this project, because it's a very important project, being the first book on Orthodox saints, basically, that was released in the Greek language. So it's pretty historic, and I'm really glad to be part of it. Second thing is that I actually did benefit from it myself, because the fathers shared some really interesting documents with me, which I translated for them, but I also had the opportunity to use them in my own book that I was working on, about the last 2 years of the Romanov family. So it worked out really well. We each shared our skills with each other. I did the translations, and I got help from the fathers as well on my project. In the process, I also learned about orthodoxy. I'm not Orthodox, but I doing within my work, I come across a lot of things that I need to know. Religion and orthodoxy was a big part of the imperial family's life. They mention a lot of things, a lot of activities related to that, and I feel like I need to understand it. So during this process, I feel like I gained more understanding about orthodoxy. I have a long way to go, but it definitely helped me as well. And I'm hoping that we can collaborate on another project in the future, because it was really truly a wonderful experience.